So here is the current state of the Eclair NPR project. I have most of the mechanics now done. This is temporary axle adapter. This is actually slightly too small and too short, so I needed to finish this pretty complex shock mount system first before I can make the final axle adapters. This is pretty simple, but this will be basically done last because everything else has to be ready so that I don't order any dimension ones. So this already has the final motor here. It has this kind of aluminum holder to fit the process motor inside. So this round hole centers the motor, and I will mount it with 3 screws, and these 3 flanges have M3 screws, threaded holes, so I can attach it inside the shock mount. This is the prototype of the shock mount. This goes inside. So was it this way? Yes. So no, yes. So this attaches the M3 screws here, and the shock mount attaches to the motor body with 4 M4 screws. And the prototype ring, this is, I was going to print this prototype out of TPU plastic, so it's got a semi-rubbery polyurethane plastic, but the filament had got bad in storage, so I ended up ordering from the 3D printing factory this factory printed rings, and these dimensions are not correct yet, so I need to make cut out, but I'm experimenting with different settings, so I ordered this temporary prototypes was I think 10 of these, because these are cheap, and I need to test the design with how much it reduces the motor noise and how elastic these are and to which directions. And then I will, here I just made the cutouts with knife, but I will make the final cutouts to the 3D model and then get the final prints made. Or this could be a CNC machined out of rubber, but I will probably going to use this semi-hollow. I think it is kind of infill, maybe 30-40% something, 40-45 maybe. So it is kind of rubbery, but not super elastic. Can bend it, but it's not quite as elastic as the normal black rubber stuff used to kind of stuff. This could be CNC made too. It's cheaper and 3D printed because this has it's very lightweight, so it has quite a lot of air inside. But I will test it and decide it then. But now I have the prototype mount, and I could mount this motor holder there inside the shock mount prototype, and then I was able to mount that combination to this is the CNC machined motor body, which takes all the weight of the camera and lens and accessories. It's machined out of single piece of metal, so it's very strong. So this motor shock mount combo attaches to this body, the screws, and these are slightly too long screws, but they go to the other side, and then I will lock them in place with nuts here so that the user can see if something starts to go loose, and then they can tighten it by themselves, because it's living hell to try to get here to tighten something. I will lock these very carefully with multiple different ways so that these don't get loose. But for M4 screws go to this side, and you can see if something is loose. Maybe I will even make some small cutouts to the center of the bolt so that you can tighten it with a flathead screwdriver, and then lock it with the bolt, the nut, lock it with the nut. But we'll see. Yeah, it's centered now. This turns very great, but so I have 4 holes here, and then the 4 bolts with the nuts which hold the camera weight, so there can be maximum of 8 M4 bolts holding the camera weight, so this is super strong. I can actually stand on this without any problems. It doesn't mind at all. If driving over it with a car, then it might bend a little, but not sure about that either. So now when I have, let's see, I have this outer shape of the shock mount and the aluminum body. Now I can continue designing the outer covers of the motor. So this sometimes it's pretty frustrating because I didn't have this part. I couldn't make the final covers, and when I couldn't make the final cover shape, I was not sure if I can make this out of plastic, these cover panels. Here is the old cover panel prototype. It needs to be thinner, but yeah, it goes here. So now I can design the covers and then decide if I will make this user side cover out of aluminum or CNC machined plastic. It costs the same, but aluminum weighs more. So I will need to decide that, but not yet. I will now concentrate on getting the software forward. This aluminum body has these threaded holes, and the motor driver board goes against this aluminum surface, so this acts as a heat sink for that, and over that goes to the control board. So now I can design. You can see there isn't that much room available here. So now when I know the shape of this, I can design the board so that the components don't hit these parts when assembled. And there's the driver board and then the control board. So control board needs to go here to clear this motor assembly. Yeah, it's going to be great, but it's lots of work still. But now it's much faster because I have this, and wait a second, where is it? I have these input-output modules. It's are shared with another project, so this is already finished. So, and some other boards too. So I have most of the circuit boards ready. We'll need to make two still, and then the panels and the tripod mounting plate to the bottom, but that's very easy to do. And this operator side panel is simple to do. I will just improve this design throughout the corners, improve the shape, but the other side where the battery connectors and those are, and that needs improving still and more design.